Hi there. So today I wanted to show you how I cast on for knitting, and the reason why I'm showing you this is because it's not your traditional way. So first off, I'm going to take any pair of knitting needles. So I'm just demonstrating it to you. So these are size 9. And then I'm going to take my Tunisian crochet hook case, and I'm going to find a Tunisian hook that's actually a size bigger than my size 9 knitting needles, but only by a little bit. So it looks like this one, 4.5 millimeters. You can also use a crochet hook for this, especially if it's a smaller project. This is just what I use. So if this is a size 9 and that's a 4.5, you'd also need a 4.5 here. Whatever you'd like to choose. So this is actually a 4.0. My mistake. 4.5 millimeter crochet hook. So this is just a sample. I'm only going to show you a few stitches. There's a couple different ways to cast on to knitting. The lazy method that I used to do is create a slip knot and put it on your needle like this. What I would do next is I would take my working yarn and wrap it around my finger, give it a twist, and put it on and pull it down. Now I don't know if this is correct or not, but whenever I did it, my stitches at the very bottom row would be very loose, and I didn't like it because it creates too much of a gap between one stitch to the next stitch. So if I were to knit a stitch like this and then go to the next stitch, then I'd have this gap right here, and then I go to the next one and I'd have like a little loopy thing going on at the very bottom, so I didn't care for it. The other way you could do this is you create a slip stitch again and put it on your knitting needles, and you take your other knitting needle and put it through as if you were about to knit, and yarn over and pull through, and then put it onto here. But I would twist it before I put it back on. Go through the next loop, next stitch, through the front like knitting, yarn over, pull through, and then I would twist my knitting needle and go under and pull it up. Oops. So those are the two kinds of methods, and that one works very well for me. It doesn't come undone. Now this way I created on my own. I didn't see anyone else do it or follow someone's instructions on a written pattern. I just made up this method myself. So you start with a slip stitch and taking a crochet hook or a Tunisian crochet hook, and remember to keep it one size bigger than what you're using to knit with, at least one size, because this is not for everyone but me. My stitches were very tight when I knitted, and so the finished work wouldn't work out to what they recommended. So I would go and put the slip knot on, and I'd do as many chains as I was supposed to have stitches. So for example, if I needed to have 40 stitches on the hook for a toque, I'd chain 40. So I'm only going to do 5. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now counting this loop on here, go back into the next chain that you just created and pull up a loop. Do not pull it through. You have 2 loops now. Go to the next one and pull up a loop. There's 3. Go to the next one and pull up a loop. 4. And go to the next one and pull up a loop. Now that is my cast on. Then I go to my pattern and whatever they're asking me to do. If you're doing, for example, a toque again, you would do a rib stitch, I believe it's called, at the beginning. So that's where you knit 2 and then purl the next 2. So here I'm knitting and I take my loop off, knit the next one, and take my loop off the tension hook. Then I yarn over this way and purl in the back. So that's 1. And here's 2. Move my yarn over to the front and knit the last one. And there I would have a very solid and roomy cast on. And the whole point of this is so that it's loose, so that way you're if you knit very tight or crochet very tight, that it says oh so many rows and stitches equals this amount of room, such as this. Now if you knit tight, your stitches won't be as big, they actually will be smaller. And the same with crocheting and Tunisian crocheting. You have to make sure that however you crochet or knit follows the flow with the pattern. But that's all I wanted to show you guys for now. Check out my Facebook page. It's Mrs. Levine's Creations, www.facebook.com/Levine Creations. And thank you so much for watching.